What's your favorite scary movie?
Oh, come on, you know I don't watch that shit.
Why not? Too scared?
No, it's just what's the point? They're all the same. Some stupid killer stalking some big-breasted girl who can't act, who's always running up the stairs when she should be going out the front door. It's insulting.
Hello! It is episode
17.
I think. Guys, we went over this before we started recording, and I still fucked it up.
Specifically go over it.
Cheers,
Katrin.
You're not going to hear this clink.
Because we're drinking out of silicone cups.
Yeah.
That are covered in water spots.
They're silicone cups because I break every wine glass I touch. So my parents got me wine glasses that are meant for camping, and I just use them in my everyday life. And silicone gets water stains on it. I don't know what to tell
they
you.
look gross.
You're gross. Hi.
Hello.
We're recording at a new place today, and we have some special guests named Tallulah and Hatter because we're recording at my apartment. Welcome.
Are. Thank you. Thank you for having me, Katrin.
You're welcome. I mean, you are here all the time, but we've never invited our listeners into our home. My home. Eric and my home. Hatter, Tallulah, Eric and my home.
Yep.
So, before we get into what you watched,
Yes.
I would like to tell you about the bone that I have to pick with Amazon Prime Video.
Ooh, do tell.
Because, so I told you about Wicker Man.
Right.
Told you about all the bees, stuff with the bees.
Right. A lot about bees.
Yes. Do you remember when I told you last week that there was a part at the end of the movie where I was like, now we're just hearing like the voiceover of like, my legs are being broken, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and you were like, would it have been cool if we'd seen
cool
things?
if we seen that? Everybody else saw it. So I started to get like a little confused when we were at Thanksgiving, and Lonnie started quoting something that I don't remember, where he was like doing his Nick Cage, where he was like, not the bees. And I was like, yeah, I must have missed that when he was in the field of beehives. And then Eric was editing it, and he was like, how come you didn't talk about the part where they put bees on his head? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He was like, where they put bees on his head. And I said, that never happened. We stared at each other confused for a long time.
Didn't Eric watch it with you?
No, he didn't watch it with me.
Oh, okay.
He watched the dumb first one.
Okay.
Corn rigs and barley rigs and corn rigs and barley. You're welcome. Stared at each other in confusion for what seemed like an eternity. And then he showed me a picture where I was like, never saw that. So I'm going to tell you about that scene now. He is in the field of people holding a gun on 70 people.
Uh-huh.
And they hold him down and they put this like cage over his head that's got like mesh on it. And they motherfucking
cage?
dump. Yeah.
An ick
in a cage. In an ick cage. And they fucking dump bees into it.
When I was looking at pictures to put on Instagram, those showed up a lot, but I didn't see the movie. So in my brain, you basically told me that.
Right. I never saw it. And that was the whole scene where I was like, why didn't they show this? It would be so much more interesting. It's a horror movie. Well, they did. I was watching some like the rated version, I guess. There's like an unrated version. But like they don't specify that on Amazon Prime Video. So Amazon Prime.
Wow.
If I'm watching a horror movie, how about you show me the
fucking
horror scenes?
Horror.
So anyway, for all the people that were confused last week on our social media.
And like, why didn't she talk about not the bees? Not the bees. The biggest part of the movie.
So it wasn't my fault, everybody.
Cool.
So what do we got going today?
I watched a movie.
No shit.
Uh-huh.
How cool. Do you want to tell me about it?
Also,
what?
Do you know what today is?
What's today?
Today, the day that this is hitting your earballs, is my
your
motherfucking birthday.
Oh my God.
It's my birthday.
It's your birthday. Happy birthday, my Burnsy.
It's my birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't cut out snowflakes and hang them from your living room this year.
You guys, when we first moved here, oh God, I'm gonna cry. We used to live on the East Coast, and so for the past like couple of birthdays, every year would be like the first day of snow. Like one time it was a blizzard, just straight blizzard.
Straight blizzard.
I think, was that when you guys threw me a surprise party and I cried all day?
Yep. Sure is.
None of my friends said happy birthday to me, or even if they said happy birthday, they started bailing like on the night at like night. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, I can't. I'm busy with this. I have to do something." Like no one was gonna hang out with me. No one said happy birthday, and I cried.
And I think it was your 21st too. Like I think it was a big one.
I think it was.
It was like a big one.
I had already been drinking for a long time and had fake IDs. Sorry, Mom. I've had fake IDs for years since I was 17. But yeah, and then Scott, my boyfriend at the time, was like, "Let's just go to Kristen's and watch a movie." And I was like, "I don't want to watch a movie on my 21st birthday."
She was such a little bitch about it.
Cried and laid on the bed, and he actually had to like dress me. Like he's like, "Let's just put on something else and go to Kristen's." And then turns out it was a surprise party all along.
Yeah, you bitch.
Anyway, like for the past those and like a couple years after that, the first day of snow was on my birthday, even if it was just like little sprinkles. And so we moved out here together and with our friend Sophia, and I was like, "Oh, like I'm excited to be here, but it'll be a little sad that like obviously there won't be snow on my birthday."
Little did she know.
I fucking go to sleep and I wake up and there are paper snowflakes hanging all over the ceiling from the living room.
I stayed up all night cutting out snowflakes and hanging them from the ceiling. Because I love her so much.
Best friends in the world.
I love her so much. So I'm sorry that I didn't hang snowflakes. I hung mental snowflakes.
Thank you. That's why I kept this bitch and her dirty glasses around, you know?
So what movie did you watch in honor of your birthday, the day of your birth?
As a birthday present to me, I watched Happy Death Day.
Ooh, I haven't seen these.
I loved it. I'm so excited.
I heard it's something about being like the Groundhog's Day of horror movies, but I
Totally.
have purposely avoided it because I knew that you had it on your list, so I was avoiding it. So let's hear it.
Okay, characters, alive or dead.
Okay,
Tree, who's the main girl.
Not a tree. She's alive.
I hated her name at first, and then at some point they say Teresa, and then I guess it was like Tree for short, and I was like, oh, no, I kind of like it.
Yeah, I kind of like that now too, actually.
Hated it when her name was Tree.
Yeah.
And then when it was short for Teresa, I was like, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm into it
I'm on
too.
board.
Done.
Nerdy guy.
Alive.
Head bitch sorority chick.
Dead.
Roomie.
Alive.
Tad.
Tad?
His name is not Tad. His name is like Tim or Ted or something, and I eventually landed on Tad.
Because if his name was Tad, I'd be like, oh, he's dead. But if it's not Tad, then I'm going to say alive.
Escaped convict.
Alive.
Professor.
Dead.
Her dad. Tree's dad.
Oh. Dead.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
So we start out on what is like a university kind of, we're seeing the university, we hear a bell tolling. And so there's like a big bell tower. So it's just like bong, bong. There's a blonde chick.
Okay.
She wakes up. We find out this is Tree. In what looks like a dude's room. And she's like kind of confused and like maybe hungover or something.
Been there.
You know? Right. Then the guy's like, hey, you're up. And she's like, am I in a dorm room? Just disgusted to be in a dorm room. And then her phone rings. And it's her dad. And she has this ringtone that's like, hey, it's your birthday. And I don't gotta pick up the phone. Hey, it's your birthday. Da, 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 da.
That's
And
my
she's
favorite
like,
ringtone. I want you singing
Me
that,
singing that.
as my ringtone.
Well, get ready because it's coming about 37 more times today.
Okay.
So then she's like, I need some Tylenol. And he's like, oh, like, basically it's like she wakes up and she's like, hey, and he's like, oh, I didn't know if you wanted to sleep in. You're up. And she's like, I need Tylenol. And he's like, I'm not sure if you remember my name from last night. Like, I'm Carter. And she's just like, not a word of this to anyone.
Oh.
Like, she's just like embarrassed that she's like with this nerdy guy kind of guy. So he's just
Been
like a
there.
nerdy guy. She leaves as his roomie is like walking in, and the roommate's like, hey, did you hit that fine vagina?
Oh my God.
And nerdy guy's just like, nice one, dickhead. So then she's basically walk of shaming. I'm counting it.
No,
I got it.
no,
It's
that was
mine.
a mistake. It was
It's
mine.
New setup, not yours. That whole time she's like getting changed. So she wakes up in his sweatpants and like sweatshirt, and then like changes into her outfit from last night. Okay, basically. And so she's like walk of shaming or successing, as I like to say,
like successing
back to her, or like across campus. So she leaves his dorm room. Some guy who's like a weird hippie rocker looking guy kind of like looks her up and down a little bit.
Sure.
Then she runs into a chick who's like, hey, do you want to stop global warming? And like starts to hand her a little thing. She's walking by. These kids are on the lawn, like a little couple, and sprinklers turn on and like get them all wet. She starts to hear like a car alarm, and then there's some frat guys singing also on the lawn, and they're like, "Oh
Lord!"
And they're like, "It's hour 57 or whatever."
Right,
They're clearly like pledging or something, and then like one of the guys just like falls on the ground.
Sure, been there.
I'm just gonna say that about every drunk sex college thing that we do. There's a pole of some sort. Not a pole, but a
pole?
Not a pole. That's just a
Guys,
column.
she'll get there. Let's see.
Like a stone column.
A stone column. Got
sort
it.
of thing. And so like a guy kind of like comes out from around there and they like bump into each other.
Okay.
And he's like, you haven't replied to my text. And she's like, Dad, we went on one date. I don't know what his name was. I can't remember. Tim.
I just love
Ted.
that you picked Ted.
Because I couldn't remember.
I love it.
I was scribbling a lot of things very quickly. And he's like, I thought we had a nice time. And she's like, you took me to Subway or something like that. Gets to the sorority house. There's like a little cute girl sitting out front and like waves to her. She walks up. She doesn't acknowledge her.
Damn.
She walks into her sorority house. And what seems to be, and like one of the girls walks up, what seems to be maybe like the head bee.
The head bee.
And she's like, oh my God, you sneaky biatch. Who was it?
Who was it?
And something about being sisters. And then she's like, don't forget, we're having a house meeting at lunch. So she goes into her room and her roomie is sitting there and she's like, and she's finally home and talking about, she's like, did I embarrass myself? And she's like, only if like dancing on tables and like barfing or something is embarrassing yourself.
No.
I was waiting for you to be like, been
there. Oh, have I?
Oh, have I? So much barfing.
Is this movie about us?
So much barfing. Except we're not in sorority houses.
Right.
I considered it.
I did not.
Considered it. I pledged or whatever. I ran. What's the first thing?
Pledging.
No,
It's
because
pledging.
pledging's like once you like pick one and decide to go for it. There's like the first
you're
week where you
right.
kind of
It's,
meet all of them.
Yeah, what is that called?
I did that thing.
Kristen, what is that called?
Kristen, Jenna.
Tell us.
What's it
Jenna
called?
and Kristen. Tell us what that is called.
And then I didn't. I was like, oh, but I already have a bunch of friends that hang out with all the frat boys
Anyway.
already.
Yeah,
So
and you don't have
why
to
do
pay
I need to pay
dues.
money?
And I was like, I'm going to hang out with these theater kids. They're
Yeah, you are a
awesome.
nerd.
I know I was.
Super nerd.
But we were such fun nerds because guess who came over to our side by senior year? Kim fucking Burns.
That's right. It's true. I always knew I was half nerd, half cool. Still am. And anyway, she looks at the clock tree and she's like, fuck, I'm late for class. Where's my book? And then Rumi pulls out a little cupcake with a candle on it. And she's like, happy birthday, tree. And she's like, how'd you know? And she's like, your driver's license. And she's like, thanks, and throws the cupcake away.
God, Tree, don't be a bitch.
I mean, she is, though.
Yeah.
Like the whole time, she's been like, ugh. She's very like, ugh, ugh. She's such a bitch to everyone. So she gets to class, and it's like a big lecture hall. And then she starts making kind of sexy eyes to the teacher.
Oh?
And he kind of like makes some eye contact too.
Not
That's
been
what
there.
I'm doing.
I didn't.
Neither.
I did
Neither
not.
bone-
Neither.
Neither me. Neither.
I mean, I wanted to bone the shop teacher.
Oh,
at Towson,
yes.
but I didn't.
Yeah.
He was married.
Maybe. I don't know that he was.
I mean, kind of a dick, but kind of a hot dick.
Yeah. And he was young. I mean, he was like not too old.
Yeah. No, he
Closer
was
to our age almost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I
don't
wanted
think that
to.
I wanted to bone any teachers.
You didn't?
I mean, he would have been like the
Yeah.
closest one.
Yeah,
can't
but like I
think of a
never
teacher.
did bone them.
I don't know. I just wanted to bone the bartender at Casamia's.
Oh yeah.
And then I brought him home one night.
Oh, you win.
Mhm.
Good job. All right, let's
We
hear
didn't bone though, guys. Okay?
it. But it would have been fine if she had.
Exactly.
So get off our ass.
Yeah. I fuck who I want.
Right.
I just
God.
didn't want to.
Right.
I wanted to make out with him, and I did.
Because she's a boss bitch. All right,
And then
anyway.
I kept his visor for a very long time.
That's what Kim does, you guys. She keeps trophies from her conquests. And then we drink them on the podcast. She's going to spit wine out her nose right now, you do.
Very full mouth of wine.
Oh, shit. All right,
Oh,
so.
man. I wonder how much stuff I have from guys. I
so
think a
much.
lot.
So much.
Now that you're saying it, I'm starting to make a list in my brain. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck are we talking about. Sexy eyes at the teacher.
Right, sexy eyes at the teacher,
What
got
happened
it.
there? So, we're at the sister meeting, the sorority sister meeting, and it's like on the lawn. There's just like a bunch of tables together. They're having lunch.
Mm-hmm.
This is when I find out Tree is her name. I'm like, Tree? I can't get over it. So head B is just like, we're going to get into decide what charity we're going to pick this year. And then someone walks over, one of the girls walks over and has like a big plate of food.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, what the fuck is that?
It's food.
And she basically yells at the girl for like eating food. And she's like, is that chocolate milk?
Oh my God.
Which is my favorite fucking thing.
Except you say it wrong. Anyway, that's
Chocolate
for,
milk.
She puts the emphasis on the wrong word.
It's chocolate milk. Chocolate milk.
You say, forget it. We can't do that. We can't do this right now.
We're not going to. Okay. Mom and Dad are fighting. Mom and Dad are fighting on the podcast. So she yells at
So she yells at her for eating.
her food. And she's like, Tree, what do we say to girls with food or something? And they're just like, yeah, Kappas don't do that, blah, blah, blah.
Don't eat?
Basically.
Oh, God.
Definitely not that kind of food. And chocolate milk, how dare you? So the girl gets up and bumps into a guy behind her who's standing right above Tree.
Mm-hmm.
It's the guy from last night. And chocolate milk spills all over Tree's head.
Oh.
So then Tree gets up with just chocolate milk spilled all over her. And she's just like, what the fuck are you doing here? And he's like, oh, you left it at my place. Like it's like a bracelet or necklace or something.
Right.
And she's just like, and Head B's like, you know him? And she's like, no. Like they're just such bitches.
Oh
like,
my
she's just a
God.
total fucking cunt. So then we're at Bayfield University Hospital.
Okay.
Her dad is calling again. Hey, it's your birthday. And I'm
here it
going to
is
pick
again.
up the phone. And
it's
it's your
your
birthday. And then she bumps into Rumi.
Her roomie.
Her roomie.
Got it.
Rumi is her roomie, yeah.
Okay.
Girl roomie.
Girl roomie.
Yeah. Her name's Lori. Larumi.
LaRoomie. Got it.
Larumi. Guess I don't got to ask what you're doing here, Larumi says.
Kim's going to read it to us like a novel now.
I'm just writing it down word for word. And the roomie says, it's none of my business, but this has serious consequences. And Tree's just like, you're right. It is none of your business.
Oh, so the sleeping with a dork has consequences? Is that what she's saying?
No, they're at the hospital right now. We don't know what they're saying.
Oh.
Larumi is in like a nursing outfit too. So we outfit. She's just like in a cute little nursing outfit. Uniform. So we.
I'm going to be a fucking nurse today, you guys.
Yeah. So she's working there and Tree's just walking in. We don't know why, but for some reason, Larumi seems to know,
Okay.
but won't say. And Tree's just like, yeah, it is none of your business,
Damn.
bitch. So then she goes into an office with
Kim can't get it out.
with smart writing all over the wall.
Smart writing?
There's I don't know why I wrote it that way. Things are happening so quick when you're taking notes for these things,
I
guys.
get it. Smart
There's
writing.
just,
a smart board? No.
No. There's a chalkboard against the wall, and so there's just like science writing all over it.
It's science. Okay, that's the best thing I've ever heard.
And it turns out it's the office of her teacher.
Oh.
It was the same writing that happened in her class that she
Got
went
it.
into. And then they kiss.
Cause they're boning. She's boning the shop teacher.
And she's like, getting all up in that piece. And she's like, give it to me. And
She's
he's like,
a consenting adult and it's fine.
both consenting. But he's like, I can't. I have patience. And she's like, but I want to. And she rips his shirt a little bit and gives him a kiss. And there's a knock on the door. Who is it?
It's dorky guy.
Incorrect.
Shit.
It's dun dun dun. His wife.
No.
Yes.
He's married.
And then she like sits down. And then he opens it and it's just like, oh, have you met my student? And she's just sitting in a chair like, hello. We were just talking about class. And then leaves.
We were just having class discussions. Goodbye, professor.
So we're back at the sorority house in her bedroom. Danielle, the head bee, apparently, walks in and she's wearing Tree's shirt. And
Head bee walks in wearing Tree's shirt. Got it.
And Tree's just like,
what the fuck? You didn't fucking ask
and
me
she's
to
like,
borrow it.
I'm only wearing it for tonight. And then she's like, what time will you be at the party later? And Tree's just like, whenever.
I'll
And
be
then
there when I be there, bitch.
the lights go on go off.
We've been this whole movie's been in the dark up until this point. It's been in pitch black.
the lights go out
Okay, out. Got
for
it.
like 10 seconds and then back on.
Okay.
And we're like, okay. So cut to later. Tree is now walking in the dark across campus. It's nighttime. Not nighttime, just nighttime. We assume to go to the party, quote unquote party that we heard about. And we see kind of like some signage on different posts and things like that say, go, baby, go. What do you think is the school's mascot?
Ooh, I love this question because I love having long discussions about mascots and what I find acceptable and what I don't. I would hope that it is a pluralized noun or I will hate it. I'm going to say it is the Tigers like Towson University.
It's not. Do you want to take one more guess?
Is it something that I should know? Like, am I going to kick myself and be like, oh.
No. There's no
Okay.
reason that you should necessarily get it, but they're saying is go, baby, go.
Go, baby, go. Is it the babies?
It is.
Are you?
You're getting all the bells for that.
I was making a joke.
I know.
That is amazing.
As you should have.
The babies.
It's the babies.
That
I just wrote all over myself.
Yeah, you did. That is awesome.
It's the motherfucking babies.
That is my favorite mascot.
I mean, or it's baby. I don't know. Everyone's wearing you see go, baby, go, and then it's just like a mask, like a baby face.
My mind is fucking blown. This is the best mascot I've ever heard. Because if you really fucking think about it, babies are ruthless. They only want what they want. Like,
That
they don't
is
give a
true.
fuck about what you want. They're just like, give me my wins all day long. I don't know. I'm into it.
That's true. Well, do you get? I can't decide if I should give you a half a point for that because you got one wrong first. I gave you a second chance.
I feel like here's why I get a full point. Because the way that you presented it to me, it's like, oh, it's going to be something that's like really, close to our hearts. So I guess Tigers. But then as you gave me another guess, I was like, who would have ever thought that I would have actually guessed baby?
Yeah, I didn't think you would, so I'll give you a full point for
Thank
that.
you.
I didn't mean to say it was close to our heart.
Just the
to
way
imply that.
Just the way you said it, you were like, and what do you think their mascot is?
Okay.
Like your
I guess so.
intonation and your eyeballs.
So that was because I just said go, baby, go.
Right.
So then she listens to a voicemail from her dad, and he's clearly like been left in a restaurant that she didn't show up to.
What a bitch.
So a bunch of kids walk by in the other direction. And, so basically, since the baby is their mascot, like people wear the baby masks.
The baby mask. Okay, got
kind
it.
of thing. So some people wearing that as they like walk by.
Ugh,
and
it's
so
pretty creepy.
she like keeps walking, and we see behind her just like a hooded, all in black baby mask guy kind of turn around and just stare at her.
Okay.
She walks down some steps and she's going kind of under a tunnel. And this area is all like under construction, it appears.
Okay.
Mostly
so she's going under like
just
scaffolding kind of?
No. Like above her is probably, it's all cement. It's a walkway above her.
Okay.
And she's just going underneath.
Got it.
It's a very short tunnel. We can see the other end very easily. It's just like, a sidewalk crosses here above you.
Got it.
Pretty much to go to the other direction. But for some reason, there's blinking construction lights kind of around this area for whatever reason. So something's going on there. They don't really get into it. It's just like, this is this area specifically. Right. She walks down the steps and the tunnel's ahead of her and she starts hearing happy birthday music, not the phone ringing, just classic.
Right.
The old classic happy birthday song. Do you know what that sounds like?
Have you ever noticed that in TV shows they don't sing all of Happy Birthday and it's because you have to pay for the rights to it?
No.
Yeah. And you'll never not notice that now. That they never actually sing the whole song.
I wonder who owns the rights to Happy Birthday.
Well, that person is rich as fuck. Like,
what?
So crazy
How does
rich.
some one person own the rights to Happy Birthday?
I don't know.
So she gets to the bottom of the steps and looks, and in the middle of the overpass, let's call it an overpass. A tunnel is probably like the wrong word.
Let's do
There's
that.
a little overpass. In the middle of the overpass on the ground is a little music box, and that's where the Happy Birthday is coming. So it's just the music. It's not like
Right. But that's creeperific.
Yeah, but she's just like, hilarious. Okay. Come out now, losers.
Oh, God.
Because she's
a bitch.
fucking Tree.
Honestly,
like,
I love her.
That's who Tree is.
If I'm being honest, I love her. I'm into it.
I mean, she is who she is. She is who she is. And she's kind of a bee. So she kind of kneels down and looks at the little music box thing playing. She turns around and sees a guy there in a baby mask with a black hood, all dressed in black.
Okay.
What do you do and what does she do?
For sure, I think my reflex would be to punch him in the face. But that wouldn't even be...
Oh, okay. I'm going to... take that back. He's at the bottom of the stairs, which is like 10 feet from you.
Oh, okay.
He's not directly behind you.
Okay.
Not in punching distance.
Okay, got it.
You'd have to charge at him for a little bit more.
Right. So I would say that if I'm me and I like know myself, I get into like uber bitch mode in that moment. Like that's my defense mechanism. So I would be scared. Mm-hmm. And so I can feel my reaction being sort of like, who the fuck are you? Like almost overly aggressive. Mm-hmm. I can see myself being overly aggressive and sort of gorilla standing. Because I just know that that's what I do when I get scared. Yeah. What does she do? I mean, it sounds like, I'm a bitch. She's a bitch. I kind of feel like she does the same thing. Like she kind of gets pissed at this dude to be like, very fucking funny, asshole. That's what I'm thinking. Ooh, but only one.
You are a bitch, Ketrin. Are you a sorority bitch?
I'm my own bitch. I'm a bitch to the sorority bitches.
You're a sorority. Am I learning new things? Am I seeing you in a different light?
Is it different? Is it?
But she's such like a snooty sorority bitch. But you seem to be the same.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to find out a lot about Ketrin Porter in this episode because it's getting deep, you guys.
I'm still confused as to why I only got one. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. She's a bitch. And she's
but
just
it doesn't
like,
keep her alive, I guess.
Your friends went the other way.
Asshole.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not scared with your fucking cosplay.
I love this bitch. Oh my God, I am Tree.
We're meant to join a sorority and you didn't know.
Because I fucking hate all those bitches.
Because you are them. Isn't that what they say? Whatever you hate in other people is what you are.
It's true. And it's what my therapist tells me all the time. She's like, what annoys you is what annoys you about yourself.
My God.
Oof. Guys, I'm having some breakthroughs.
I'm in a sorority. It's called Sync.
And I'm the queen bee.
Are we bitches?
We're totally bitches. You knew we were bitches.
I don't think I'm a bitch.
But you're a bitch by association, honestly. I mean, we are fully aware that we're cooler than everyone around us, and we talk about it constantly. Oh, God. This stopped being a joke.
Happening? You know what? It's my birthday, and I'm
Put a blanket over this?
Change this year.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to put a blanket over the fact that we're bitches.
No,
okay.
I'm not a bitch. Let's be real.
No, you're not. Though I thought you were when we first met.
No, everyone thinks that. Everyone thinks I'm a bitch because I'm shy at first, and because I don't like small talk. If we don't have something real to talk about, I can't participate.
Correct. It's
not even that I don't want to. I'm just like, yeah. I have anxiety about getting my hair cut because I know I'm sitting with an entire hour. I can't even say it. An entire hour.
Oh my God,
with
you
a
guys,
stranger.
She is so red right now. Oh my God. No, I really thought Kim was a straight bitch. And so did everyone in our acting class because like we'd be like, "Hey Kim, what's up?" And she'd be like, and walk away.
I'm just shy. That happened in high school too.
Well, I know that now. Okay, moving the
anyway,
fuck on.
What are we talking about? This is going to happen constantly because this entire movie takes place in college. So we're just going to be talking about ourselves the whole time.
I love it.
I don't even know where we were. Cosplay?
Yeah, she's a fucking dick to the baby face.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm calling the cops.
Sure.
So he leaves.
Good. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. She starts to walk again. So she walks by the little music box thing to the other end of the overpass. And the music starts playing again. She turns around to look at the music box. Yeah. And then he jumps behind her from the other side of the walkway.
Oh, shit.
Or like overpass with a knife.
Shit.
She starts running in heels, trips and falls, looking around. She can't see him. All of a sudden, he's behind her, right above her, and like yanks her head back. So she's looking up from him from the ground. And then she screams and a knife comes down. And then a bell starts tolling. And it's her waking up in a guy's bedroom.
What?
And he says, "Hey, you're up." The same nerdy guy.
So it was all a dream?
Nope. And she's like, "Hey, you're up. Wasn't sure if you wanted to sleep in." And then dad calls. "Hey, it's your birthday. Run to pick up the phone." She puts on different clothes again. He's like, "Wasn't sure if you remembered my name."
This is where the Groundhog's Day comes in.
And then she's like, "Tylenol," but then she knows where it is and just goes and gets it.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, "It's like you've been here before." And then there's like a sign on his wall or on the doorway. He has a bunch of bumper stickers all along the back of his door. And it says, "Today is the first day of the rest of your life," which I thought was funny. But they kind of zoom in on it.
Oh, my God.
And then she's putting on her clothes and getting out. And then his roomie, so we'll call his guy roomie.
Guy roomie, girl roomie. Got it.
No, Garumi and Larumi.
Garumi and Larumi.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Garumi, boy roomie. Or is boy roomie better? Barumi.
No, I like Garumi.
Garumi.
I'm into it.
Garumi and Larumi. Walks in and is like, "Hey, did you hit that fine vagina?" And he's like, "Nice one, dickhead." She walks outside. A weird hippie rock guy makes little, like, puts his sunglasses down, like eyes at her. "Hey, you want to stop global warming?" She keeps walking. A sprinkler goes off. The car alarm goes off. 25 bottles of beer on the wall. 25 bottles of beer. The frat singing. The guy falls down. Bumps into Dad. "What about my text?"
Oh my God.
And she's just like, "What?" He's like, "What about my text?" And she's like, "What day is it?" And he says, "Monday the 18th. And she's like, "Okay." And then she gets to the sorority house. Walks in. The head B's like, "You sneaky biatch." And then Tree's just like, "I'm having deja vu."
Holy shit. I am having like PTSD of something that never happened to me, having to think about reliving my worst one night stand. I just can't fucking imagine. Like, this is awful. Like, oh my God, this poor girl. Okay. All right, keep going.
You're empathizing well with this fucking bitch.
Yeah, I feel so bad for her. Okay.
Why is this the worst one night stand? She was a cunt. He seems like a nice guy. Maybe I'm not telling it well.
No, here's what I'm saying.
He seems like a really sweet, nice guy. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I wasn't sure if you wanted to sleep in. I'm not sure if you remember my name." And she's just like, "Fuck fuck you.
I'm getting it. I'm saying she seems like a woman in pain, and her defense mechanism is to be a bitch, because actually she's hiding a lot of insecurity and a desire to appear never vulnerable.
Well, you know what? We are good humans who know a lot of psychology, apparently.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so got it. I'm with you. So she's like, fuck, I'm having deja vu.
And Head B goes, oh, I have it all the time. It means someone is thinking about you while they're masturbating. I have it at least 5 times a day.
Oh my God.
And I was like, me too, Head B.
Been
me
there.
too. And she's like, don't forget, we're having a house meeting. Blah, blah, blah. She walks in. The roomie is like, and she finally arrives. And she's like, fuck, I'm late for class. Roomie tries to give her a cupcake.
She throws it away.
And she, no, she doesn't throw it. She's not in. The other people are.
Okay.
But and she's like, driver's license. She's like, not the best picture. She puts the cupcake down and without blowing out the candle and just like walks out.
Okay. I thought Tree was the one who threw it away the first time.
Tree was the one who threw it away the first time.
Okay.
The other people keep doing the same thing to her. This time she does different things.
Different things. Got it.
So now we're at the house meeting on the lawn, and she sees someone in a baby mask across the lawn kind of staring. Then we get to the food part, and she like recognizes that the food thing is happening again. They're having the same food conversation, and she's like, fuck, something's about to spill on me. So like all at the same time, like it happens, but she gets up like 3 seconds earlier.
Yeah.
So like it still kind of spills, but not like on her head this time, right. You know? And he's just like, oh, I'm Carter, your bracelet, you forgot. And it's just all like happening quicker. Now she's in the teacher's office and she locks the door. And he's just like, I can't do this today. Same as last time. And she's like, I need to talk to you. And he's like, it's normal to fall in love.
Ugh.
And she says, I'm not. And he says, you're not?
No.
And then he kisses her. And she's like, what about your wife? And then there's a knock on the door. And he says, thank God you locked the door.
Oh my God. Now I'm thinking about which days I wish I could do it. Oh, man.
He opens the door and he says, oh, have you met my student, Teresa? And then I was like, Teresa's her name. I like it.
I like it too.
I don't like that I like it, but I like it.
It's okay. You live in LA. You were bound to fall for non-traditional
Am I gonna name
hipster
my daughter
names.
Tree?
Probably
gonna name her Tea Tree. Oh, I'm gonna name her Tea Tree Oil.
I love it.
Which reminds me of Petrie from Land Before Time, which is my favorite.
Petrie. I love Petrie.
Petrie's my favorite thing.
Please name your child Petrie. Please have a boy named Petrie and a girl named Tree.
No.
Petrie and Tree.
Petrie is so cute,
Petrie
but I
is
don't
so
want to do
cute.
that to a child.
Also, like, I can never watch that movie again. It is the saddest fucking movie ever fucking made. It is so sad.
I don't recall.
The mom dies.
I think now that you say that, yeah, but it was so long ago.
Kim blocked it out.
I have probably blocked it out, or just I feel like I'm like June Diane Raphael, who is
Just
on
forget How Did This Get Made?
How Did This Get Made?
One of our favorite podcasts.
Which I love. And they make jokes about it all the time. They make fun of her because she like watches a movie with them and then it just leaves her brain. It's like this happens in the Bundys.
The Bundys?
Kelly Bundy and like Bud Bundy.
Yeah.
What's that show?
Married with Children.
Yeah. There's this whole episode that I fucking love and I think about it all the time where Kelly apparently can just like take in information, but she only has so much space. And so they put her on like a trivia show or something on TV and she's just winning because they just like they're like, here's all the trivia. Here's all the trivia. So she's stacked with all the facts. And right before she walks in, she like says hello to someone. They're like, my name is this. And that goes into her brain and pushes something else out. Oh. So then the champion, like the last question is that exact thing. And it's this weird fact. And I think it might even be like about her dad or something like that. And she can't remember it because it's just like that fact had been pushed out to be replaced by another.
That's a fucking hilarious episode. That's
I
so
think about
funny.
it all the time because because I feel like my brain is slightly like that. And maybe so is June's because
I would agree.
I'm like, I don't know. It's gone.
It works out great for me because I feel like there's going to be horror movies that you've definitely seen that I'm going to be able to watch.
Yeah, I think that already happened.
Yeah. Shit. Okay.
Again, I don't know where we were, why we were talking about that.
We were talking about
This
that.
Okay, student Teresa. Oh, naming our children.
Yeah.
Petrie. I will name an animal Petrie.
That's
So
cute.
then she's back in her room and she's watching a video of her and like on her phone of her and what we're assuming is her mom. And they're singing happy birthday in front of a big cake with a candle in it and happy birthday to us.
Us?
And it's cute. Like
They have a shared birthday?
yeah, and they blow out the candle and they're laughing and then the mom like shoves her face in the cake and it's really cute actually. And they're all
that's
just like
why
laughing
she hates her
having a cute
birthday,
time.
though. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So head B comes in and she wearing her shirt.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, I know I'm wearing your shirt, but it's just for the party. And Tree gets kind of weird. She's like, what time are you coming to the party later? And she's like, I don't know. And then the lights go on and off again. Off and on again. Why did I write on and off? Off.
Yeah.
And then on again.
Yeah.
And Head B's like, oh, it's just one of the rolling blackouts. So now she's walking to the party again at night across campus. And there's a voicemail from her dad. She walks by the same kids.
Yep.
With some baby masks. She turns around and looks at them and she sees baby mask guy
In the
standing and looking at her.
Okay.
And then they're like, the kids behind baby mask are like, hey, Mike, come on. And he turns and goes with them.
But now she knows
that
his
baby
name.
mask.
Okay.
She goes down the steps. The B-Day music box is there in front of her under the walkway. What do you do and what does she do?
Well, if I remember properly, I am going to just keep walking straight. I'm not going to acknowledge him. I'm just going to walk to the other side and then I'm going to pick up running because I'm not going to turn back when the music starts playing and I know that he jumps down in front of me. So I'm going to get out from under like this overpass because I imagine it's difficult to see me under there. So I'm going to get to a more crowded area.
It's very lit.
Okay. I'm just going to I'm not going to acknowledge him and I'm just going to start running. And what does she do?
Mm-hmm.
She confronts him, I think. Like goes up to him and confronts him.
She does not, and you're dead.
Fuck!
She says, no way, and runs back up the stairs.
Oh.
And goes in the other direction.
Other direction. I feel like I get a point for that because I can't see what you're seeing. I'm saying that she rejects what she first did and does something else to get away from him. She actively gets away from him is what I'm saying. But I can't see where
He's not
is.
there. I've never said that he was there.
Oh, okay. Fine.
She just sees the music box.
just sees the music box.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
And she knows what happened last time and everything has already repeated like this whole
Right,
day has
right,
been a
right.
repetitive thing.
I guess I just assumed that he was
And you
there.
kept going in the same direction,
Okay. Fair enough.
which means you're dead.
Fine.
I'm sorry. Those are just the facts. So she gets to a frat house, and which we're assuming is where the party is.
Mhm.
She's walking up to it, and it looks very dark and empty, though, even though she's walking to a party. She tries the door. It's locked. She kind of knocks and looks around, and she's looking behind her. She turns around. The door is open. There's a guy in a baby mask. She screams and punches him.
Yes,
and then
bitch.
he falls to the ground, and all of her friends are standing behind him with happy birthday signs everywhere, silent. And then someone's like, surprise!
Oh my God. I love that.
Surprise.
That's amazing.
Which is me on my birthday.
Which is you on your
Told that
birthday.
story.
You came into Chris's apartment sobbing.
And the guy stands up and it's like a frat guy she knows. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And it's just awkward. Everyone's just silent, basically. And Head B kind of walks over to her and turns around and she's like, yeah, don't mess with a Kappa bitch. And everyone just cheers. And then it's party time. And there's just dancing and drinking and foosball and poker. Head B and Tree now are hanging out at the party. And Head B's like, where's LaRumi? Like, where's that bitch? And Tree's like, I think she's working a double shift. And Head B is like, she's boning some mystery guy, I'm sure. She just hasn't been around or something. And she's just like, she's out of the house next year. Because Larumi definitely seems like more like she's working a double shift. Like she works at the hospital.
Like kind of like a nice person.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Head B's like, I think she's boning some mystery guy. Then they look in the corner and Head B goes, there's your stalker. And I just write Ted, Tad, Tim, Ted. Mind you, this is 3 days later that I'm watching this part of the movie.
She knows it begins with T, guys.
and it's the guy from earlier, and they're just like, he's so gross. So the masked guy who she punched in the face brings her a drink, and he's like, truce. And Head B, so now it's the three of them standing and talking, and the Head B is putting it on hard.
Oh, she wants to get fucked by Babyface.
And this dude is just, frat guy is just like saying something, and she's just like, and he does not care. He has eyes for Tree.
Been there.
And he
spent a lot of time there. That was where I spent most of my time.
Oh, and so the first time that Tree had walked into her room, Larumi is just like, about the things that you did last night. She's like, yeah, you totally made out with Head B's guy that she likes or something like that. Or something while she was drunk. So then we realized that this must be this guy. And he's like, well, you can make it up to me about punching him in the face, and kind of walks away. And like Head B's mad and walks away. And I try to shorten this guy's name to Masked Guy Punch Face.
Masked Guy Punch Face.
So I wrote MGPF, and I was like, what does MGPF stand for?
I love it. MGPF.
So MGPF McPiff starts to walk up the stairs kind of across the room from where they were all standing. And he turns and looks at Tree, kind of gives her googly eyes a little bit. So
googly eyes.
What does she do and what do you do?
Well, I know what I do. I'm in college. I'm me. I'm gonna cash in those googly eyes. And I'm gonna snuggle. What does Tree do? I think she does not bone him. Because she's learning? She doesn't want to get kicked out of the house?
Kicked out of... You get no points.
Why?
Because that's not what she does, and you're going to die.
All right, fine.
It's like, I'll give you like a...
How could... Okay, fine.
I'll give you... This one's very interesting because I really know like what will make you die or not.
Okay.
Or not necessarily what will make you die or not, but like I know if you pick one thing, I know that you're going to die.
Right. Okay.
So, I mean, I want to give you like a half a point because that's what I would have done. And like, of course,
yeah, of course.
Hey guys,
yeah.
what's up?
What's up?
Super cute.
Try to give me a little half bell.
There. It's a little ugly.
I got a half bell, guys.
So Tree follows him up.
Yeah, of course.
What do you
You're in college?
Yeah, of course. You just said she didn't.
I was me. I was saying, yeah, of course, to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she follows him up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big frat house. She sees him walk into one of the rooms at the end of the hallway. So she walks in that room and looks around, and he's nowhere to be seen in there.
What?
But she's just looking around the room. There's this big-ass glass bong, and she picks it up and is like, okay. Then she just looks in the mirror and starts, like, floofing her hair and stuff like that.
Sure.
She's Tree. And then, bam.
Baby face.
There's a guy in a baby mask behind her. And she's like, shit. And she's like, do you want me to punch you in the face again? And lifts the mask, and it's McPuff frat guy.
Okay. McPuff. It's McPuff. That's what. Okay. We got it. McPuff.
And then...
What?
Then he says, so it's just a cute little joke he did. And then he says, oh, I can't even say
Oh my gosh, you can't say
He
it.
says, welcome to the Pleasure Dome.
Oh.
And then hits a little button and lights start flashing and really loud music starts playing. And then he starts dancing.
Oh.
And I'm just like, stop it.
Oh my
Stop
God.
it.
I'm so
Stop
embarrassed.
it. No one wants to have sex with you. Stop it.
I'm so embarrassed, but also
Stop it.
been there.
Kendra, no.
I haven't been there. I haven't.
Kendra,
Who's been there?
no.
Nobody's been there. I've been that guy.
No. I mean, I guess if we were to think about it, I'd be the most to go there and maybe already have been there.
I agree. We've been there.
They've made some bad.
We all have, Bernsey, but we've
Judgmental. You know, I wasn't. There was a time where maybe I'd be like, this is fun. Yeah.
right? We all, that's what college is for, to make horrible decisions and learn from them.
But as I'm watching it, I'm
Horrified.
I think I just yelled aloud, stop it. Stop it.
Oh God, I love it. Fucking college kids are such idiots.
You really are. Tree gets a text from Head B saying, where are you? Are you with him?
Yes.
And Tree's like, no, I would never do that to you.
Yes, you
This
would.
is just texting back and forth. And Head B says, you mean again? Don't you remember freshman year? Whore.
Whoa.
Tree says, at least my nickname wasn't Blowfish.
Oh.
Some of this was made with emojis. And Head B says, I hope you both die. And so she had turned around to look at her text messages. And then behind her, we see
Baby
MGPF being stabbed by Baby Mask Guy.
Oh, shit.
MGPF frat guy is getting stabbed
Oh,
by actual Baby Mask.
fuck. Okay. Fuck.
And then so MGPF kind of falls maybe behind the bed or something. So we turn around and see Baby Mask Guy.
Yeah.
Looks the same as MGPF.
As McPiff, yeah.
And Tree says, I'm over this. And she says, have fun in the Sahara tent, which I fucking loved. Do you know what that's a reference
No,
to?
I don't.
It's to Coachella.
Oh,
So Coachella is like the tent where all the DJs are.
Okay.
And it's where you just go and do Molly. And that's like exactly what his room looked like. It was just like flashing lights and like,
Wow. That's an
And I
inside. That's an
loved
inside thing.
it.
That's
It
amazing.
was such a funny thing.
Coachella's not my thing.
It's totally my thing, but I've been there, done that. Been there. Been there a bunch of times. I've done it. Moving
Not
on.
been there.
Ready to travel the world instead.
Yeah.
So she starts to leave. He just kind of stands in front of her between the doorway and pulls out a knife.
Uh-oh.
And she's like, fuck. And she pulls off one of the frat paddles off the wall.
Smart.
And hits him in the head.
Nice.
And he throws her on the bed and is kind of on top of her,
Okay.
kind of holding her down. And someone opens the door. It's a very drunk other frat guy.
Okay.
But super loud music, super loud lights. And she says, help me. And frat guy is just like drunk and like, oh, yeah, man.
Oh,
Cheers. Because it's
no.
basically a girl laying on a bed with a guy on top of her. And he's just
Oh.
like, cheers. And is drunk and like walks out.
Oh my God.
And
That is making me have a lot of feelings.
I didn't.
Are we supposed to believe that he didn't hear her say, help me?
It's unclear. It's
I'm-
very loud. And he definitely was very drunk.
Okay.
Like he stumbled in. It was just like, yeah, cool. So
Then for the
we
sake
can
of fun-
for fun's sake,
Let's
we can
say he
say
Didn't hear help
he
me.
was like, oh, my buddy's hooking up with in a consensual way
Yes.
with this other consensual adult.
like
Two
it.
consensual people consensualizing in their consensual sex.
Yep. Like it. Let's do that.
But
Yep.
I liked that they, you know what I mean, put a little note in there.
I do too. It's
They
important.
were like, you know what? Fucking maybe pay attention if your fucking girl's yelling, help me, being held down by a guy.
It's not just consent, gentlemen. It's enthusiastic, continuous consent. Goodbye. Okay. Moving on.
So then Baby Mask So on top of her on the bed, he grabs the bong off the nightstand, breaks it in half, and lifts it up to stab her. Bam! Cut to a bell tolling. Her waking up in Nerd's bed. Her phone rings. It's your birthday. Nerd says, "Hey, I'm not sure if you remember my name." And she's basically finishing his sentences at this point. She says, "This is a nightmare." And he's like, "You wanted to come home with me."
Oh.
And she leaves. Rumi can barely even get out. It's Vagine. And she's like dickhead. And like she's outside already. She's just fucking like storming out. Like global warming, sprinklers, car alarm, frat guy singing, passes out. She's starting to freak out.
Sure.
And then she's like, "Tad, text guy, Tad." And she gets to her room. And she just sits on the bed. And Larumi is just like, "Are you okay?
What's wrong, girl?"
And Dree says, "I feel like I'm losing my mind." And she says, like, "I've lived through this day twice already." And Larumi just, like, you know, doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just like, what? She's like, "You make me a cupcake. A cupcake.
A cupcake.
You make me a cupcake. You make me a cupcake." And then there's a surprise party. "Somebody's going to kill me tonight. This is not a joke." And Larumi says, "I know today's hard with your mom and all."
I knew it. Her mom's dead.
Cut to, and Larumi has to go to work or something, and just cut to more nighttime, and Tree is nailing up her windows, putting like boards against her windows.
Right.
And she shoves the dresser against the doorway.
Sure.
The door then tries to open. Who is it?
It's Babyface. No. I feel like you want me to say it's Babyface, and I don't think it is Babyface. I think it's McPuff.
Wrong. Fuck! It's Head B.
Ugh!
When are you coming to the party?
When are you coming to the party? That's right. I thought we missed all that shit. Fuck! Okay. And she's in her shirt.
The lights, but we don't see her because she's just outside
Right.
the door right now, just being like, "When are you coming to the party?" The lights go out again. She looks at her phone and realizes it's 9:23 p.m. like when that happens.
Yeah.
So now she's just chilling on her bed, watching Teen Mom holding her cupcake or has her cupcake around, and she like, or she turns on the TV and Teen Mom happens to be on, and she's like, "Where's the fucking remote?" She starts looking around. She can't find the remote, and she does like look through some things on her desk, and she finds a birthday card, and she opens it, and it's written in it. It says, "Enjoy today because there's no tomorrow." And there's kind of a baby head like spinning in it.
Oh, God.
Behind her, the TV shuts off. And she slow turns, and then it's back on. And
What?
then it switched to the news, and then it's back off.
What?
And she starts looking around, and the closet door is kind of cracked a little
Okay.
bit. So she picks up a hammer, which, you know how you just, oh, she had it because she was nailing the thing.
Yeah.
I was about to be like, "Yeah, I just have that like in your room. Just
Yeah.
in your bedroom, just a hammer."
I have a fucking hammer under my bed.
But
Watch
she
out,
had
bitch.
just nailed the things in. She picks up the hammer. She opens the door. There's nothing there. Then across the other side of the room, she hears a noise in the bathroom.
Okay.
What do you do and what does she do?
What is the configuration of the room to the bathroom, to the door?
Okay. So there's the door, and next to it basically would be the bathroom.
Okay.
But it's like a scooped out little bathroom.
Got it.
The dresser's in front of the doorway right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're on the caddy corner from the bathroom. We're at the closet right now.
We're at the closet, and she hears a sound from where?
Inside the bathroom.
So if she goes towards the door, she's also going towards the bathroom.
Ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's why I'm thrown off, because that fucking armoire is in front of the door. So it's like I can't make a quick escape out of the room. I think I'm going to take the fucking hammer. I don't know that I have a choice, nor does she, other than to go to the bathroom and confront whatever the noise is with the hammer drawn. Finally! Fuck! Who got it? Me or her?
Her.
Okay.
So she slow walks over to the bathroom towards the shower curtain. She reaches out a hand, and then she hears a woman scream, and
Oh,
it's
no.
behind her. The TV is back on. comes from the TV. So she walks back out towards the TV, and then behind her, baby mask guy swings at her with something. She ducks and hits him
with the hammer.
And then she, I guess, I don't know. And then she tries to move the dresser. Then she is moving to the dresser to the other side then. And then we cut to the other side of the door, and we just see a bloody knife cut through the door.
Shit.
And then, bam, bell tolling. Wakes up screaming in Nerd's bed.
Oh,
Phone rings. It's your birthday. Da-da-da-da-da-da. She freaks out. It's just like, make it stop.
This is awful.
And he's like, oh, wasn't sure if you wanted to sleep in. Not sure if you remember my name or not. And she's like, get away from me. And she just like runs out and doesn't change this time. She's just wearing his clothes. And then she ran out, and then you see like the Garumi just kind of slow poke his head in. He like didn't even get his chance for like, he's just like, like, what the fuck? And we say the same guy, global warming, sprinkler. And this is like a trippy kind of panic attack almost from like her perspective.
Of course.
And just car alarm, singing. She's spinning around, and the nerdy guy taps her on the back, and he's like, I'm sorry, you nerdy guy taps her, and he's like, you forgot your stuff. And he has like her like clothes from last night like piled in a little thing.
What a sweetie.
And she just hugs him and is like, help me.
Oh.
So then they're at a dining hall, and I clearly had just told him basically everything that's happening. And she's like, you don't need to stare at me like I took a dump on your mom's head.
I love this bitch.
I thought it was ridiculous.
I love her.
So funny. So he says, okay, if this is possible, why today? What makes this special? And she's like, nothing. And then her phone rings. It's your birthday.
And I'm going to pick up the phone.
And he's like, It's your birthday? And she says, yeah.
And he's like,
but there's like no real meaning, whatever. He's like, this is symbolic. Okay, let's get together a list of names of everyone who knows it's your birthday.
Okay.
But she realizes because of her sorority, they were throwing a big surprise party for her. So basically everyone on campus.
Yeah.
Okay. Who has motive then? He's trying to figure out. So she's like, well, there's the head bee because I made out with some guy that she likes right in front of her last night. And he just goes, oh, that must have been before you and I met. And she's like, okay, Mr. like took home a drunk girl, like making judgments at her now. And he's like, I like took home a drunk girl, took advantage of her, like making judgments. And he says, I didn't take advantage of you. I slept on Ryan's bed.
Oh, what a sweetheart. OMG.
He's just like the sweetest little nicest guy.
Oh my God. I'm shipping them. For real. That's what the kids are saying when they want two people to get together. Shipping.
Shipping?
Yeah, I know.
Why?
I don't know. Kids are fucking weird.
No, I want to know. Why? We don't know.
I truly don't know. I truly don't know.
But that's a thing.
I'll look it up. If anyone can tell us why kids are saying shipping
them?
Yeah.
Oh, I want Kim and
so to get together. I'm totally shipping them.
Wow, I'm very intrigued. I really want to know.
If someone could enlighten us, that would be great. Thanks. Bye. Okay.
So Tree's like, so we didn't, and he's like, no, you were wasted.
What a fucking stand-up dude.
There's just little nice smiles.
He should be a Supreme Court judge.
Yes. He should be a Supreme Court judge.
I just feel like that's
some people who don't do that thing.
We're not talking about anyone specific. I'm just saying in my heart, I feel like he'd be a good Supreme Court judge.
Do you know what he is? Nerdy kid that we're talking about. I don't want to call him nerdy guy anymore. We're going to call him okay. I don't even think he's a stand-up guy. He's just what should be a normal fucking guy.
A decent human being.
Just a fucking human being.
Yeah. A decent, normal,
not even decent, just
empathetic,
normal human being. This is what all human beings should be. That's what we're talking about here, okay?
If anyone is confused.
He's just every man. This is what every man should be.
I like it. Thank you for clarifying. We needed that clarification. I appreciate you.
What can I call him now? I don't know.
Let's just call him normal guy.
Can we normal guy?
I like it. Let's call him normal guy.
Just call him normal guy. Who's like, you were wasted.
Because do you know
I
what
slept
else?
in the other bed.
Do you know what else that does? All of the normal guys that are actually out there that get lumped in with all of the pieces of shit.
Right.
Now we're like, you know what? You heard it here first, gentlemen. Kim and Kat are saying that you are the normal ones. My husband is the normal one.
Or
everyone else is a fucking abnormality, and you are the normal one.
They're pieces of shit.
Yes.
And it's not even saying that, this starts out by him being like nerdy kind of guy, whatever. You know what I mean? It's not even that. Like, you're just, no, this is just normal guy. You're the normal guy.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. Everyone wants that.
Heretofore, this dude is referred to as normal guy.
I want that.
You want a normal guy.
I know.
You're going to find a normal guy. It's going to be the best. And then we're going to have our best friend boyfriends that we've wanted for so long.
Okay. They have cute little smiles between each other and are trying to figure out who are the suspects. So there's Gregory. They just start naming names, and I'm
otherwise
don't
known
know
as
who they are. So he's like, Gregory, his wife. I am like, oh, that must mean teacher guy.
Oh,
creepy Ted. The TJ Maxx lady who I did something bitchy to.
Oh.
The Uber driver that I was a bitch to. The that I was a bitch to. Like, her list starts being like, I'm a bitch.
Oh, no.
Normal guy figures out.
Kim, I'm such a bitch. Right. I feel like I'm on the cusp of a happy death day.
Wow, this is really, we're experiencing a moment, you guys.
I'm Ebenezer Scrooges
really
hard right now.
I'm really excited to tell this tale to Lauren Ketron Porter. I think she's figuring some things out about herself.
I am.
You know what? She pays for therapy, but I think it's happening right now.
Yep.
She doesn't even need to pay me.
Nope.
Normal guy doesn't feel right. I'm going to say dream guy.
Dream guy.
Normal guy.
No, but that's putting it in a dream world.
I know. I mean, he's just my dream guy.
Let's call him deserved guy.
Deserved guy?
I like it. Like, you deserve him.
I deserve him. Normal. Okay, we'll go back to normal. We can maybe cut this whole conversation out, but why did I not because I'm just like, I don't want everyone to think, oh, you're just a normal guy now, but maybe can normal guy just be good?
Normal guy is good.
Good.
Because the normal should be decent, empathetic human being.
Should be decent human being. Yeah. The norm.
Yes.
The norm is decent human being.
Exactly.
Okay. So, Norm. I'm going to call him Norm.
It's Norm. You know what, Kim? It took us a while, but we fucking got there. We had our own happy death day where we had to go through a bunch of scenarios, but we fucking got there. We did it. High five. Oh my God. We did it. Okay. Norm. Oh God. Do you know what I'm so excited about? You finding a guy named Norman, and at your wedding, I get to just play this conversation as my maid of honor speech. It's gonna be fucking great.
Okay. All right. Norm figures out. He's like, the way I see it, you've got an unlimited amount of lives, so you've got time to figure it out. And so she realizes, so you're saying I should just keep dying until I figure out who my killer is?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. So then cut to her bedroom.
Okay.
Fucking Confidence by Ariana Grande starts playing.
Yeah.
She's throwing shit out the window.
Yes, bitch.
It's daytime. It's just like she is getting serious.
Love
she starts
it.
writing down a suspect list. Someone number one's crossed out. Could never tell who the fuck that was. Number two is Tad. So then cut to nighttime outside his fucking room. kind of staring in. He's looking at something on the computer and someone calls him and he walks away. She kind of sneaks her head in. I think he's masturbating.
Sure.
And
he's in college and a dude.
He was watching. This isn't something I wrote down, but what do you think he was watching?
Porn. He's obviously watching porn.
What kind of porn?
Safari porn.
Good one. It's gay porn.
Oh. You know what? You do you, Tad.
Exactly.
You do
exactly.
you,
And she
Tad.
kind of has that whole face. She's just like, oh, wow. Oh, she has a whole facial reaction, turns around, baby mask, stabs her.
God damn it.
Bell ringing. Wake up. Now she's fucking back in it again. She's dyeing the bottom of her hair pink. She's a fucking badass. Number 3 on the list.
Yes.
Allison. I don't know who the fuck that is. It's nighttime. She's spying on someone. She straight up somehow has night-seeing goggles.
Sure.
She's behind a big fountain,
Uh-huh.
spying on a chick in her nighttime night vision goggles.
Uh-huh.
And then I realized, ooh, I bet that's the wife, the teacher wife. And then, bam, baby mask tackles her into the fountain.
God damn it.
Bell toll wakes up. Number 4, Danielle apparently is head B.
Okay.
Walking down the street, just the two of them, you know, talking. They bump into a guy and a card falls out of head B's books that she was all carrying.
Uh-huh.
It's the fucking birthday card. And Tree flips out and she's like, you bitch. And they start fucking fighting each other. Tree tackles her into the street. Bam! Hit by a bus.
Oh, shit.
Bell tolls. Wake up.
But that's crazy because that wasn't even Babyface that killed her.
I know. That's how I felt about it too. And I almost wanted to, I should have like
Unless
maybe like
Babyface was driving the bus.
That was like my exact thought as well. But I think in general, she was killed somehow and didn't figure out whatever she was supposed to figure out.
Got
yet.
it. Got it.
She lived again.
Cool.
You know, I don't think Babyface was driving the bus, like, and you couldn't really tell.
Got it.
But that did cross my mind as well. Wakes up, screaming. Number 5, Gregory, who I believe is the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Smart writing teacher.
Yep.
So then she fucking is just walking on campus. This B is like, I have lived 5, 6, 7 lives. I don't even know. She's walking
so
on
many.
campus. In the like, she leaves the room. She's walking on campus. Like, you kind of see the top of her shoulders, like very bare, and you're like, "What's up?" Like that. What's going on? Everyone's looking at her, and then they show the back, and she's naked.
Also, say it with me, Kim. Been there.
You have. And you know what I liked about this movie too? They showed her all the way down to like her back. And I was like, she's naked.
Yeah, I get it.
I didn't even see her ass.
I fucking love that.
I didn't see her ass.
That's fucking
Not
great.
that there's anything wrong with like the naked body. We just have found that so many horror movies for no reason
Are so
need to show the
exploitative.
fucking naked body of only a woman.
Do you know what was so funny? When I was watching the original Halloween with Maya, because we wanted to give her a frame of reference for telling her the 2018 reboot. It was so interesting because she commented on every tit and ass that was in that movie.
Ooh.
As being like, wow, what's this about? And to me, I was kind of like, oh, this is horror movies. Like, it didn't even occur to me that because she grew up in Switzerland
and is not a horror movie
and
person.
is not a horror movie person, that she was like, this is gratuitous. And frankly, Halloween is not even that gratuitous.
Yeah.
We're just used to seeing tits and ass in it.
Yeah.
But it also made me realize that even like the sex scenes, they make the men are very clothed.
Yep.
And the women are gratuitously nude.
Yeah.
And it's just part of an American culture that we just know is what we're going to see. And Maya was surprised by it.
Yeah.
And it just put into stark relief like how much objectification happens in horror movies and how much it just doesn't need to be there.
Exactly.
At all.
And I have like mixed feelings between like, oh, I think the human body is beautiful and we actually should all be like proud and loud about it.
Totally.
And between what's gratuitous and what's not, you know what I mean? And I think when it is more just like, oh, we're showing just this for a tit shot.
Right. Well,
versus
it's all about the gaze.
exactly
Who is looking
who's
and what is
looking.
the intention of
Yes.
the gaze.
And Scream says it so well. Like, they actually talk about it in
Yes.
there of just like, oh, this is where we see Jamie Lee's boobs. Like,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
that is the issue.
But it was cool to see it from a perspective of someone who grew up in Switzerland that was like, this is surprising.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So this chick is naked.
Love it.
And all we see is the top of her shoulders from the front. And then we see down to the bottom of her back.
Fuck yes.
And she's just fucking smiling and gives no fucks. But we know she's naked. Like, that's
love
all
it.
we needed.
I love it.
And the frat guy, like, everyone, like, is just staring at her. Oh, and then the frat guy, like, that passes out, like, sees her and is just like, and passes out then. So then this time, she's waiting by that construction zone area at night. And she just, like, hits a person with a bat. Like, anyone that comes near, she hits with a bat. And then she's like, oh, my God, Becky! Becky?
Becky?
Becky. I don't know who Becky is, but, like, she's just, like, reaches down to be like, shit, she, like, hit some girl in the face and, like, didn't mean to. And then Baby Mask is behind her and hits her in the head. And they do this cool shot then where it's, like, it hits her in the head and you see her head then just slow fall down onto a pillow and the bell tolls.
Oh, shit.
And then,
That's
hey, it's your birthday. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And she wakes up and she just says to Norm, your plan sucks. And he's having the same conversation from before, being like, oh, I didn't know
You're
if you
awake.
remember my name. Like,
Yeah.
you're awake. And then she kind of is getting up and there's just seems to be like, she's like under a lot of like pain, like
In her abdomen?
body
Kim
hurts.
was
I'm holding her abdomen. Yeah. I'm holding her abdomen. She was doing that too. There's like she's in pain, like in her stomach, like her body is in pain. The roomie starts to come in. She's like seeing like it's like blurry when she's
Garumi?
looking. Garumi. And she just like passes out into
Oh, my
his
God.
hands.
Uh-oh.
Cut to she's in the hospital,
Oh.
the university hospital.
Oh. Okay.
And she's blurry waking up and she sees the doorway and like we see through her blurred eyes Baby Mask in the doorway slow walking towards her, and then it comes into focus and it's Norm and Norm just normal Norm.
Oh, okay.
It was just like that was what she was seeing at first and it's actually Norm.
Got it.
And she says, what day is it? And he's like, Monday. And she's like, what date? The 18th.
The 18th. Fuck.
Fucking date.
She's like, I just want it to be the 19th.
The lights go out.
Shit.
Back on again. That moment.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the lights go out, they're back on again, and Gregory's behind him. Like immediately there. Teacher Gregory.
Right.
Norm leaves and
Just say teacher because I consistently do not know who Gregory is every single time. Teacher.
I change his name 87 times in my writing. So whatever sounds good to you.
Teacher.
So teacher, not going to lie, this said grocery to me. And so I came up with Gregory and then needed to be like, who's Gregory? That happened a quick time in my brain.
Right.
Here.
Right.
As far as I was concerned, grocery was behind him. Which maybe should just be his name. Grocery teacher.
Grocery teacher.
Grocery teacher. It says, who's a doctor?
Okay.
We realize he's a doctor.
Doctor, grocery teacher.
Doctor, grocery teacher. That's why he had an office in the hospital in the first place. I think we probably already figured that out, but just to be clear. And, he has papers and stuff, and he says, we're having a hard time with your medical records. Because from these x-rays, it looks like you've been through some major trauma. Like, technically, you should be dead. And she just tries to leave because she's like, if I stay here, I'm going to die.
Yeah, fucking freak.
And he's, no, you're safe here. You're safe here. So what does she do and what do you do?
She's in the hospital. She's in a hospital gown.
The hospital bed. She's
Okay.
in her hospital bed. He was just coming to bring her some results.
She pulls all the fucking shit out of her, all the IVs, all that shit. And she makes a run for it. And so do I.
In front of him. So he's still there right in front of her.
It's
just like, you're you're safe here.
And so we both go together. We make this decision together.
Okay.
That we're
You
going
and
to go.
Tree.
Yeah. That we're going to go, you know what? You're right. I trust you. Thank you so much. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you because I'm just so scared, you know? Thank you. I'm really tired. I think I'm going to take a nap. I just need some rest. So then he's like, okay, sweetie. He leaves the room. Then you fucking rip that shit out. You take that fucking IV, all that shit out, and you make a fucking run for it. Both of us, hand in hand, out of that fucking hospital. Because you know what? Babyface is Dr. Grocery Teacher. Yes!
Good job.
Thank you.
So
I was doing so bad.
She chooses to word it differently, but I'm going to give it to you. She says,
you.
I'm thirsty. Can you go get me a soda?
Oh, uh-huh.
And so he leaves the room and she fucking pieces
Love
out. So she's sneaking around the hospital and then she gets into Dr. Grocery Teacher's office and she's looking for his car keys amongst his desk.
Nice.
So she's just pulling open all the drawers and she pulls open the bottom drawer and she finds some keys and then what else is in there?
The baby mask. Yes! yes! I'm learning, guys. I'm learning.
Baby mask. The baby mask is in there. She grabs the car keys. Now she's walking around the hospital and a door opens behind her. It's Dr. Grocery Teacher.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, it's okay. And right behind him around the corner, baby mask comes and stabs him.
Stabs him?
Stabs him.
Oh, shit.
So Tree runs down some stairs into a parking garage and she's like running. And it's one of those ones where you can kind of see multiple levels at the same time.
Yeah.
Like the levels are very close together. And so she's beeping the little car keys to be like, where's his car? Where's his car? Like
smart.
So she's like running towards it. And then a baby mask comes through the door. So she hides behind like one of the big posts in the parking garage. And he's on kind of the level right above her. But you can
still kind of
see,
eye level almost. Okay.
So she tries to kind of like duck down behind some cars and behind another post. Baby mask sees her and runs down towards her. She hides behind a car. She goes like, and so she's hiding behind a car, but she still doesn't know exactly like where she's going. So she like has to chirp again. So she's like, chirp. And like sees exactly where the car is, but he hears it. They both go running towards it, but they're on like different sides. They get there kind of the same time, but he like slides on the floor. So she gets in, locks the door. Baby mask then comes to the window and like shatters the glass, reaches in and is choking her.
Fuck.
What does she do and what do you do in this moment?
I put it in reverse and slam on the gas. And then I put it in drive and slam on the gas again. And if that hasn't gotten him off of me, I do it one more time and then I fucking book it out of there. And she and I together, hand in hand. Yes!
Yes. Yes, bitch. She fucking puts that shit in reverse and slams out. Fucking like drives the fuck out of there. And then she's on the road now. She's driving and she's just like, I did it. I did it.
Don't get too cocky,
yes!
bitch. Do not get too cocky.
I did it. Oh my gosh. She's like, catch me now, bitch.
Oh no.
And then a cop car's behind her with his lights on.
Oh no.
And she's like, fuck. So she's being pulled over. A cop walks out and comes to her window and he's like, can you turn off your engine, ma'am?
Uh-huh.
Can I see your license and registration?
No.
And she's still in her hospital gown,
Sure.
of course. So she's like, I don't have it. I left it at the something. And she's like, he's trying to kill me again.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, again, someone's trying to kill you again. And she's like, and whatever. And he's then shines the flashlight on her.
Right.
And he's like, ma'am, have you been drinking alcohol?
No.
What does she do and what do you do?
You know where I'd be safe is in jail. I'm going to pretend that I'm drunk, actually. I'm going to get fucking arrested. And I'm going to make it so that I am put in a cell and I have to sleep it off because I'm drunk and I will wake up on the 19th. What does she do? She floors it.
Oh. Interesting. Interesting.
You're writing a fucking novel in response to my answer. Did I get it right or not? How many dings do I get? How many dings do I get?
I'm going to give you 0 dings.
Are you serious? But you were so intrigued by my answer.
I know. Gosh, is my face giving me that? I'm trying to be blank-faced.
No.
Just so...
You don't see my thing about getting arrested and being safe?
Yeah, I do. I get it.
Okay.
Because that's what she does.
Fuck. All right. I should have floored it, is what you're saying. I should have floored it, and she should have. That's what I said.
Right.
Fuck.
She says, wait, if I'm drunk, you'll arrest me, right? And take me to jail? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, I'm drunk. I'm on all of it. I'm on the pills and the weed and all the things. And he's like, okay, can you step out then, ma'am? Just arrest me. It's a great idea. Here, let me help you. And she like just like puts her hands behind her back. So he puts handcuffs on her and he puts her into the cop car. And he's standing outside, and then he gets a little like alert. You know how they wear the little what's that called? Speaker things
that they have to speak into in their shoulder.
Yeah. And he gets a little thing of just being like, something happening at blah 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 hospital.
Shit.
So he's like kind of just standing outside the door. He just slammed the car, listening to that. All of a sudden, bam! He's hit by a speeding car right behind him.
Damn it!
And then that car spins around, and baby Mask
face
gets out. And he slow walks up to the cop car. Now she's fucking stuck in the back of a cop car in handcuffs.
And she can't get out.
And he just stares out the window down at her. And she's just screaming like, what do you want? Why are you doing this? Like, what do you want? He turns around and slow walks back to the car.
What?
Gets in the front seat, rolls down the window, and then holds a birthday candle out the window. And she realizes, oh shit, there's gas leaking from the cop car.
And
he drops the fucking candle, and fire goes all the way down back to her, and the fucking cop car explodes.
Shit.
Cut
Wakes
to her,
up in the bed.
eyes open, bell tolling. Norm is like, hey, didn't know if you want to sleep in. And she's like, silence. Kind of laughs a little. And then it's like, it's your birthday. Da 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 da.
Tree is me.
Yeah. She takes all his Tylenol this time. She's just like, takes an entire bottle of Tylenol. He's like, I don't know if you want to do that. The roomie comes in and she's like, hi, I'm the fine vagina. And Norm says, you were screaming before you woke up. And she says, I was dying again. And they kind of have a little interaction where he's like, tell me about it. I've got time. And she just leaves. And he follows her and is like, no, I want to hear the story. I took a class in neuro dream science. It wasn't called that. It was called neuro something illogically. And now they're outside and Tree's just like, I'm reliving the same day. And he's just like, okay, I'm sure you think that. And she's like, sprinkler's about to go off. Car alarm. See those frat guys there? That guy's about to pass out.
Oh, shit.
He's like, you believe me now? And then, so now cut to them at a diner. They're eating. And she just burps. And he's like, that's impressive. And she's like, that's nothing. And then she farts. And it's like the longest fart. And he's like, God. You get it all out?
Wait, seriously, am I Tree? What is happening?
You are.
I am.
Wow. This is really good for you, Katrin.
I know. Thank you.
But basically, she just gives no fucks. Like,
right.
She's like, I've died 1,000 times.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Who
matter.
cares?
And she's like, whatever, you won't remember tomorrow.
Oh.
Or like, you won't remember.
Yeah.
This happened, you know. Then phone rings. It's your birthday.
Not gonna pick up the phone.
And Dad's calling. And Norm says, my dad never calls me. Like, we're just not that close, you know. And something about like couldn't bear it. And, you know, it comes out that like her mom died 3 years ago. And they actually had the same birthday. And as a kid, like they'd always have like one big cake with one big candle. And they'd blow it out together. And
so it's probably a really hard day for her dad.
Exactly. Like that's why. So he was calling because they were supposed to meet up. And she's like, I just couldn't fucking bear it. Like, I just don't want to do that with him.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
Oh my God.
So Norm is like, maybe that's why you're living the same day, to like see who you really are. And she kind of realizes, you know what? If my mom saw me now as who I am today, she would not be proud.
Oh.
She's like, I'm not a good person. I mean, maybe this is karma. Maybe I deserve it. And Norm says it's never too late to change.
Oh, that
Like,
would have
maybe
been
this is your
so much
chance.
more meaningful if you had gotten that word right the first time.
I hate you.
Okay. Never too late to change.
Maybe this is your chance.
Chance.
If you ever wanted to blend those words together, that's the one I made up the first time. So now's your chance to be somebody better. And Tree is kind of like, I don't think I have too many chances left.
I didn't even make fun of you.
Chances
Chances.
left. I'm weaker every time I come back.
Oh.
Maybe I'm like a cat. Maybe only have like 9 lives or something. I
Right.
don't know. On the TV at the diner they're at the university hospital. There's a suspected.
Oh, here it goes. I'm sorry. What was that word? I'm gonna go with asbestos. Is that what you were trying to say?
Suspected.
Oh, suspected.
There's a suspected murderer being held there for a gunshot wound.
Okay.
There was a national manhunt for this guy who they think had 6 pretty like young whipping women.
Oh my God.
What's happening? Oh man, I must be drunk. I
don't even, but like I can't even follow it because I don't know what you're trying to say, so I can't even help you get there.
I'm so sorry, you guys. Okay, it's that cup. That cup full of stains. That stained cup has some alcohol just stuck inside those stains. Really got to me. So there's a national manhunt for this guy. They show his 6 victims look like kind of young girls in their 20s, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever, was in a shootout, and now he's at the hospital under police. Flash to like from her brain of a police guy sitting in a chair in the hallway of the hospital that one time she was there
Okay.
at night. And
When her Larumi was talking to her.
No. The nighttime time that she was there. Remember when she like snuck out of her
Oh,
room?
yeah.
And she was like sneaking around the hospital at a
Yes,
certain
yes,
point.
yes,
She's like
yes.
poking around corners and stuff, trying to like get out at one point.
Yes.
There happened to be, which I didn't even notice at the time, a police officer sitting outside of her room.
Okay.
So that flashes in her brain. And she gets up and is just like, only he's been here the whole time. Cut to her at the hospital, yelling at a nurse, being like, he's going to escape. You need to call the police. She sees that hallway. That chair is sitting there and it's empty. She's right outside the room and there's an axe on the wall for emergencies. She fucking breaks the glass and grabs the axe. She gets to that room and there's kind of blood splatter on that glass window. She goes in the room. She starts to walk in, and behind her from inside the room, we see Baby Mask. She's walking in towards the bathroom, and she starts to keep walking and then goes past the bed. And on the other side of the bed is the cop dead on the floor. Baby Mask has a gun and kind of shoots at her, but she turns and sees, and she runs outside past him to the elevator, and she's like pushing the button and like,
Yeah.
That's the worst thing.
It's the worst.
Elevators are the worst thing when you're trying to escape from being murdered. You're just
as
like,
you guys
"I'm gonna
remember,
take
always take the stairs.
Always take the stairs. Hashtag stair girls. So Baby Mask comes up, stops, and pulls off the mask, and it's the suspected murderer that she'd seen on TV.
Right.
Whose name is apparently John Toombs, who I will now refer to as JT in all of my notes.
Sure.
And he just slow pulls it off and smiles at her.
Creep.
Then, bam, Norm comes from down the hallway, tackles JT.
Yes.
And they fight. And then the gun slides towards Tree. She picks it up and holds it, tries to shoot, and there's no bullets.
Damn it.
JT laughs and is now holding Norm and just snaps his neck.
No. Damn it.
Tree starts running behind her, and she gets to this area of the hospital where it's like kind of chained off. Maybe they're doing construction or something, but she like kind of, you know, those chains around like two handles of a door. So it's like you can still kind of partway open it. So she like squeezes in between them and then runs through there. JT just fucking like kicks that shit open. We see a sign that says bell tower.
Oh shit.
And so JT is in the bell tower now looking around and is like, where are you, little girl? And Tree comes from behind him and hits him with a crowbar.
Nice.
Hits him in the head. He's down on the ground, not dead. What does she do and what do you do?
I mean, I would just keep hitting him over and over and over again with the crowbar. What does she do? I think she kills herself so that she can go back and save Norm. She can relive the day again, make it so that Norm doesn't die, come back to this place, kill him, but Norm is still alive. Ooh, for whom?
For her.
Yay!
She's like, if I don't reset this day, he's gone forever.
Yeah. But technically, don't I get a point too? Because even if Norm doesn't come back to life, wouldn't I still be alive?
No.
What? Really?
No.
Okay.
You're
All
dead.
right. All right.
You're dead, Katrin.
I will trust you to tell me why I didn't get 2 bells.
This one's, I 100% know that you'd die.
Okay.
So, I mean, you'd come back to life again.
Right.
But you'd die.
But I get it. Yeah.
This one's hard because
I
you're going to die so many times.
Yeah.
So she runs up the stairs. JT kind of starts to get up and follow her. She's now at the top of the bell tower with a noose that came out of nowhere, but you know, whatever, we'll give it.
Sure.
They just hold nooses at the top of bell towers.
Of course.
Just in case.
Don't you?
And she puts it around her neck and she's like, hey, see you soon, asshole, and jumps.
Nice.
Bell tolling.
Yes.
And immediately makes the bell toll, wakes up. She gets up and kind of like cracks her neck. She hugs Norm and she's like,
love this bitch.
I can't believe you tried to save my life. Thank you. They do the same, start to kind of have I don't know if you remember my name. She's like, Carter. She's like, can I borrow this? And she grabs his pillow. And then Garumi walks in and she's like, you naughty, naughty boy, and smacks him on the ass. And she's like, this fine vagina is out of here.
Oh my God, she's so happy.
Fine vagina is out of here. So then she's outside and she throws her shoes to the side. She signs the global warming thing. She takes the sunglasses from like Rockstar Guy and puts them on. She tells people, she's like, hey, the sprinkler's about to go off. And then like car alarm goes off and she runs to the frat guys. And what does she do?
To the frat guys?
Yeah.
Shotguns a beer.
No, she puts the pillow down for that guy to pass out on.
Oh my God, I love that.
And
I'm
then-
sorry, I was being Kim. Kim would have shotgunned a beer.
That is correct. You get a bell for that.
Thank you.
Shotgun and or keg stand.
Yep.
Keg stand champion.
Kim was a
bitches.
keg stand champion.
So, Tad, whatever your name is, let's be real. Stop trying to be someone you're not.
Oh,
Love is love. I know you're not into ladies.
I love it.
Just go get yourself a good man.
I love it.
Then she goes to the sorority house and that chick who's sitting outside that she always ignores. And she's like, good morning. And then the head B comes in and she just says, his name's Carter. No, we did not have sex. But once I get to tomorrow, I'm having his babies.
Oh my God.
And she goes upstairs to her room and she has like a heart to heart with her roomie. And she says, I know I've been the worst roomie. I've just been selfish, you know, blah, blah, blah. And the roomie's like, are you high? And she's like, on life.
Oh my God.
I feel you, girl. And she kind of is walking out and says to Larumi, I can't wait to hear about this secret love you have or secret guy you have, you know?
Yeah.
And then she goes to class and she just fucking opens the door to the big lecture hall and says, Dr. Butler, which is Dr. Grocery Teacher, can I have a word, please? Just through the whole fucking
Love
hall
it.
and just gives no fucks. And then they're in a hallway and she's like, I'm ending this. It's wrong.
Love it.
And she says, you know what? I might not have been a good person for doing this, but she's like, I can start to be a better person today. And fucking Dr. Grocery Teacher is just like, oh, what like self-help book did you get that from? And I'm just like, fuck you, dick.
Fuck you.
So now we're at the sister sorority lunch meeting. Tree's not there. The head bee is just like on a preaching thing about being disappointed of like sisters who don't show up for the meetings. Da 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 da. Mm-hmm. Becky sits down as the one with the fucking big plate of food and chocolate milk. And then as soon as head bee starts to say something to her, Tree runs over with a big plate of food of like fucking like hot dogs, fries, like chocolate milk, like everything. Just like fucking ice cream. And she's just like, and head bee says something about, oh, are you having like a fat fest or something? And says all these things. And Tree slow fucking picks up the chocolate milk from Becky's plate, slowly walks up to head bee, takes out the straw, and dumps it on her head.
Nice. I love this.
Then, of course, Norm walks up and she's like, Carter! And kisses him in front of everyone. In front of all the girls.
And Carter is Norm.
Norm.
Yes.
Norm! And kisses him in front of all the girls. And then she's like, do you want to take me out for my birthday tonight? And he's just like, what? And she's like, I'll explain it all tomorrow, assuming there is one.
Oh my God.
Cut to a man sitting in kind of a fancy restaurant by himself, kind of about to close the check, being like, I'll just close out for my iced tea or whatever.
Oh, it's her dad.
It's her dad. She shows up. She's still in Norm's sweatpants.
Clothes.
She's never changed this day.
Love it.
And she's like, Daddy. And they start to have an awkward conversation about like, oh, how are your classes? What's going on? Da-da-da. And she's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do small talk anymore. And I'm like, yes, Trey.
Oh my
yes,
God.
Trey, this is my life. I never want to do small talk. At this point, and I just wrote, I'm crying.
Oh my God.
She says, this day is hard for me. I miss Mom. I miss everything about her. I miss her smells. I miss her hoarse laughter, which is also me.
Oh my God.
And she's like, I thought that avoiding you and avoiding all of it would make it easier, but it makes it worse. And she's like, I finally figured out. And she's like, I'm here and I love you and I'm sorry that I hurt you. And I'm just crying.
I love it.
Tim is just crying and he says, happy birthday, baby.
Oh.
And then cut to
just threw her pen in passion.
I threw that across the floor. Okay, cut to her just being a badass. She puts on a leather jacket, pulls her hair back in a pony. She sets a little alarm on her watch.
For when the lights are going to go out.
And so now, like, what is your plan now?
Okay. Well, what I already know who he is and that I can kill him. So what I would need to do is I would still need to get to where I was before in that hallway. But I need to give Norm a signal that's like, don't come after me. Because all I need to do is get this killer to follow me to the bell tower while missing the part where he kills Norm. So I'm going to tell Norm, no matter what you see, no matter what, don't try to save me. Don't come after me. And so, what is that face? I'm working something out here.
Yeah, okay. I need to keep my face more neutral.
I know.
I feel like if you told anyone that, they'd come after you then. That's like how you get someone to come after you.
Well, I'm very bossy, though.
So is Tree.
So I just need Norm to basically like not interfere with my plan, because I know that if I just get him to the bell tower and I just knock him out and then just hit him forever, I win. He dies and I get to go on to the 19th. What are your thoughts? Because here's the thing. If it doesn't work, I just die and try again. This is my first plan.
Right.
Of telling Norm, don't come after me.
Right. I now realize that this might have been a trick question because you're dead.
Fuck!
I shouldn't have asked this. And that was just for you. It wasn't asked to what she did.
Okay.
I guess I just wanted to know what you would have done.
Okay.
That's a good plan.
Thank you.
It's a good plan.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to give you a point.
Aw, thank you. That was a pity point, but I'll take it.
I'm going to give you a point. You're still going to die, but I think you did a good job.
Okay.
I'm figuring out how to live. So She goes to the hospital. We see the cop sitting outside the doorway. All of a sudden, someone pulls a knife to his throat. Who is it?
Pulls a knife to the cop's throat?
Mm-hmm.
It's Tree.
It
Yes.
is Tree. There you go. She's like, stay calm, stand up. She gets behind him. She grabs his gun. And she says to him, he's going to escape. So I need you to go. I need you to go get help. Just go. And she's pointing the gun at him. So he like runs away.
Pointing his gun at him?
At him.
So now she knows there's bullets.
Yeah. The
Okay.
guns.
Yeah.
The gun's cop.
Yeah.
Cop's gun.
The gun's cop. Got it.
She looks in the window and JT is in there sleeping. She goes in with the gun. She's like standing above him and she says, I know you're not asleep. He opens his eyes. The gun clicks. He says, the safety's on, little girl.
Shit.
Then he gets out of bed, kind of pushes her out through the door and holds her against the hallway wall.
Uh-huh.
And then finds the knife that she had before. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, look what I found. And she kicks him in the balls.
Nice.
And then he throws her up against a wall. And he's just like, oh, you're feisty. I like it.
Ugh.
And he's like, don't worry. I'll make it quick. Then her watch alarm goes off.
Okay.
What happens?
Her watch alarm goes off. The lights go out. Yes.
Yes. The lights go out, which she knew was about to happen.
And he's disoriented.
She's
She's
back
not.
on. She's not in front of him anymore.
Yes.
Now she's behind him with the gun, and she says, safety's off. Thanks for the tip. Shoots him.
Love it.
Here's distant sirens. Now cut back to the sorority house in her room. And her and Norm are sitting with the cupcake with the lit candle. And they're just kind of chatting. And he's just like, is this the strangest B-day you've ever had? He's like, did you ever figure out how JT got free? You know, because he was like not chained to the thing or anything, you know, like that, you know. And she's like, no. But she holds up the candle and he says, what are you going to wish for? She says, tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
And he's like, isn't that a given?
It's like, no.
And he's like, don't you want to aim for something higher? And she's just like, tomorrow's good enough for me.
Oh my God.
She blows out the candle. We cut to black. Then there's a bell tolling. Close on her face.
No.
It's your birthday.
No.
It's a birthday. Wakes up in Norm's room. And she's just like, no, I killed him. She's just screaming.
Oh my
this.
God.
And she freaks out and she just runs out. She's in her room now and she's just packing clothes. And the roomie's like, what's happening? She's like, it's never going to stop. And she's like, I just need to get as far away as possible. And he's like, you're freaking out. She's like, yeah, that's what I am, a freak. And then the roomie tries to give her a birthday cupcake. You know, she's like, here, maybe this will make you feel better. And Tree's just like, thanks, but I ate that last night. What does she then realize?
That Larumi is the one who killed her? Shit.
I ate that last night.
The cupcake is poisoned.
I died in my sleep. You killed me. You poisoned it. She's like, I never ate it before. Any of the other days, she never ate it.
Oh, shit. Larumi poisoned her.
And then she's just like, JT fell into your lap. You work at the fucking hospital. And he was the perfect scapegoat.
But now.
So you had access to him. You knew that if he escaped and I died in any way, that they'd like she
think
didn't eat
it
the
was
cupcake.
him.
So yeah, if she died and he escaped, they'd think it was him.
Right.
It was always
Larumi.
you, Larumi.
Oh, fuck.
And Larumi's just like, why would I poison your cupcake?
Because I'm a bitch to you.
And Tree's just like, prove it. Take a bite, Larumi. Take it. And Laramie's like, you're crazy. You're crazy. And then Tree's just like, fine, I'll just take it to the police. She starts to walk away towards the door. Laramie throws her against the wall. She locks the door and she's like, you stupid whore. And Tree's just like, I know I was a bad roommate, but to kill me? Like, what the fuck?
She was fucking grocery teacher. Yes!
That was actually my next question.
She was fucking grocery teacher.
Why is she doing it?
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding. And Laramie's just like, why wouldn't you stop sleeping with Dr. Grocery Teacher? And he was always choosing you over me. Like, he always wanted you over me. He just wanted a dumb bitch.
Oh. Whoa.
And then like Laramie's like, how did you figure it out? How did you know there was poison in the cupcake?
Yeah.
Because as far as she's concerned, this is just the first time
day.
Tree has walked into her room since being drunk last night. And Tree's like, you've killed me before. And she's like, you're going to have to do it again. And then they fucking battle.
Oh,
they
shit.
Just, like, fight each other around the room. Just fighting, fucking beating the shit out of each other. And then at one point, I think like Tree's being like held down on the bed and they hear the door rattling and it's Head B being like, what's going on in there? And Laramie's just like, nothing, Tree fell. See you at the meeting. And Head B's like, all right, you clumsy bitches or something like that. And then they fight again. Tree gets up and she shoves the cupcake into Laramie's face. And Laramie's now standing in front of the window. And she's like, fuck, no, trying to get the cupcake out. Tree looks up, realizes they have a fucking chandelier at the top of their room. She grabs onto it and she fucking swings and kicks Laramie out the window.
Love it.
And then Tree just fucking like falls to the ground in front of the window, like leaning against the wall. And Head B's like, what are you ladies doing in there? And Tree's just exhausted and just kind of like passes out. Like she's just so tired.
Yeah.
Cut to the news and Head B is on there being like, I knew something was wrong with Laramie. She was just like, she wouldn't come to any meetings. She didn't come to any parties. I could tell that something was crazy about her. Like just being a total fucking bitch. And then we see that Tree and Norm are watching the TV from the diner. And Head B's just like, I mean, I knew that it like had to be something wrong because Kappas don't eat cupcakes.
Oh my God.
Then Tree's dad calls and he's like, are you okay? Like, is everything okay? Like, what's going on? Like, sorry, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I'm fine. I love you. And he's like, I love you. And Norm is like, so, I mean, now that your bedroom's a crime scene, like, where are you going to sleep? Where are you crashing tonight? You know? And he's like, are you okay waking up in a dorm room? And she's like, if it's yours.
Oh.
And he's like, oh, I forgot. You left your bracelet in my room, and gives it back to her. And then he's like, you know, this scenario reminds me of Groundhog's Day. And she's like, what's that? And he's like, you know, that movie with Bill Murray. And she says, who's Bill Murray? And he's like, Ghostbusters. Like, how do you sleep with yourself? Like, how do you sleep at night? You don't know who Bill Murray is? Cut to black. Bell tolling.
No.
Birthday song.
No.
Hey, it's your birthday. Wakes up. And he's like, oh, I didn't know if you wanted to sleep in. And she just looks at him and he's like, I'm kidding. It was me. I just called your phone.
Oh my God.
It's Tuesday the 19th. You made it. And she's just like, you're such a jerk. And then they're like cute fighting kind of each other. And then they like kind of like throws her on the bed. And she's like, it's not funny. And he like, they're giggling and he leans in to kiss. And Rumi walks in. And they're both just like, get out.
Oh.
And then cut back to them. And they kiss.
Oh my God. I love that movie.
And then it slow zooms onto his bumper sticker. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
I love that fucking movie. Happy Death Day, Kim.
Happy Death Day to me.
I love it.
I was squealing at different parts. Like I was just like, oh my God. Like the first time I thought that they made it through, I was like, oh my God.
I love it. I know, what a fucking twisteroo.
I know. I loved it so much. It was so fun. I give it all of the candles. All of the baby masks.
Candles. I love it.
So many baby masks.
I can't wait to watch it.
So many baby masks. It was so much fun.
I love that. So without naming names, I had a lot of like names from college go through my head of like who would be my Larumi, or was I the Larumi and somebody was the tree? And I feel like
your tree.
I feel like I would obviously never poison someone, but I have someone where I was like, I was the Larumi.
Oh, you had a tree.
Yeah. Happy Death Day, Kim Burns. I love you.
So much fun. Thank you. Thank you so much. Really excited for this year. I'm going to do, on my death birthday, we should, I think, be in Universal Studios.
Yay! I know. I can't wait.
I've never been to Harry Potter World, and I really want to go, so we're going to do that.
I'm going to cry the whole time that I'm there.
Oh, exciting.
With happy tears.
I'll cry too.
Yeah.
So I think a bunch of us are going to do that, and then probably another fun thing with like, that'll just be like a small group. So they'll have everyone come to another big thing, maybe some other fun things. And I really think this year, I realized I was like, I think there's a lot of things in LA that I've never done.
Yeah.
You know, when you just live somewhere and you don't do maybe even some of the touristy things.
Totally, because you're like, I have time to do it.
Yeah. And I lived here a long time, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to do things I just haven't done before.
I love it.
I'm going to travel, although I do that every year. And, I got a psychic medium reading who's like from an astrologer. And she was like, Jupiter is in your house. I'm a Sagittarius. So all Sagittarius is out there. Jupiter is in our house. Whenever Jupiter is in your house, it happens once every 12 fucking years.
Shit.
It's just full of expansion and growth and everything. So like, she's like, this is your year.
May I ride your coattails?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
All right. We're going to ride Kim's coattails out of here.
So thank you guys so much. I am excited for this birthday and this death day. I love all the candles. I need to count your points.
Oh, yeah.
So while I do that, you can listen to a promo.
Hi, I'm Nicole.
Sarah.
Hillary.
And we're the hosts of the Feminine Mistake podcast.
Each month we sit down with a guest to watch movies that are 20 years or older.
And see how they hold up to today's modern feminist lens.
Why do mermaids have such low self-esteem?
Why is it so funny when men take care of babies?
What exactly did Jenny die of in Love Story?
These are the kind of hard questions we ask ourselves on the Feminine Mistake podcast. The Feminine Mistake podcast. Now available on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and Podbean. Do you guys think that was okay?
Yeah, I don't know. We sounded kind of shrill.
Really?
Yeah, women's voices are just so grating on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you're right.
We're back. Okay. So you had a chance to get 34 points.
Oh, shit. You always give me so many point opportunities.
I know. I really gives you more of a chance to survive.
And I feel like I only got 2. I really picked up steam at the end.
You die every time.
Yeah.
You did. You got better as it went on. You really figured it out. You got 14.5 points.
Oh, man. Not even 50%. But you know what? It's still better than?
Fucking open house score. Which is all you ever have to beat.
It's all I ever have to beat.
The bar is set low.
It is so low. It is so low. That was an awesome movie, Burnsy.
I had so much fun. It was so great. Everyone should see it. Give you all the baby masks.
You know what? I'm going to get really mushy. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I love you so much. And I love celebrating every birthday with you. And I'm also going to be there on the day you die.
I love you so much. That's the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me.
You're welcome. So on that note, this has been Kim and Kat Stay Alive. Maybe? So until next week,
stay alive.
Happy birthday. Bye.
Bye.
Ghosted me.
I'm done.